guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you see, we're going to be working on this look here. I did this with the Pur X Rawbeauty Kristi palette. Now, I did use both the colorful side and the neutral side to achieve this. So let's just get to it, and I will show you how I did this, and then we'll finish it off the under together. If you guys picked up this palette, let me know below what you guys think of it. It's been kind of hit or miss with me. Now, these pigments are a little tough to work with. Let me go ahead and prime my eye. I totally forgot. I did not prime my eye, and I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. I did do my brow already, but just forgot to prime my eye. I primed the other eye, and I usually prime them at the same time. You hear people talk about their primers creasing and whatnot. If you blend it out real good, you usually don't have creasing problems. Now, I have hooded eyes and more mature eyes, see, so I have all this loveliness to contend with. So I always have to kind of extra blot between my creases. Anyway, okay. Now, I'm using just weird brushes today. This is a Luxie 237, just a little tiny blending brush, and I'm going into a Garden State, which is that green color. You want to barely have pigment on there. These are very pigmented shadows, so you want to be very careful. And if you see, I'm stamping it and then kind of lightly blending it. Now, you're going to want to work slow with these because they are pressed pigments and they can really get out from underneath you very quickly. Now, for time-wise, I'm probably going to edit out a lot of the blending, but trust me, you're seeing about a third of the blending I'm having to do on these. You really need to just tap it down, blend it out, tap it down, blend it out. It's gonna be a little more work than some, palettes would be. Now, is this my favorite formula? No. Is it okay? Yes. Is it a little difficult to work with? Yes. Now, for somebody that's more of a beginner, this is not the most beginner friendly. No, I don't consider any pressed pigments to be beginner friendly. They're just very difficult for somebody that's a beginner in makeup to work with, because you really need to have your blending skills kind of down. And on the other side, on the neutral side, and I grabbed this tan color. What is this one? My Whole Heart. I grabbed a tiny bit of that. I have to keep going back and forth. Now, for travel, this is great. For working with all the shades, it's a little difficult. Now, I did take that My Whole Heart, and I just kind of use that to blend that out a little bit, and then tap just a tiny bit into the Yellow Dandelion, just to help kind of blend that out. And I will blend that a little more so you can see where I brought the yellow in there. That yellow to kind of help blend that green out, and then that tan kind of helps blend the yellow out a little more. But for now, for most part, I'm going to get the colors down and then really start to blend them. Now, this is a BH Cosmetics #2 brush. Couldn't tell you where I got this, but it is great for this. I'm going into Hurtful, which is that blue color, tapping it off once again. And I'm coming right in here next to that green and using it to blend out that green. Once I get that really kind of blended, I'm going to start working it all the way in. Now, I picked up the white just a tiny bit, which is Lumos. That's a Harry Potter thing. I don't know how to say it properly. And with the blue, see where I came in here and really started blending that blue into that white, and I got a nice lighter color for that inner corner. Just really, this is a great brush for that because it's got that nice tight point. And it's kind of blending into almost a teal that way. I did actually think the Garden State color, that green, I did actually at first think that was a teal when I saw it on Kristi's video. I didn't realize how green that was. That is, you know, a true more emerald green, and I did not realize that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that in there. And sorry, I keep going back and forth between brushes, guys. Now I'm gonna go ahead onto the neutral side, and I'm gonna go back into my whole heart, tap that off, and I'm gonna blend that yellow right there. Now, to get this blended here, I kind of went into Camelot and just pulled that a little bit over Dandelion, and then went into my whole heart and kind of got a blend of all those together there to really get that nice kind of blend where it wasn't really, I didn't want that yellow to be so, to stand out so much. So just gonna grab this, just a clean brush, just gonna go over that edge. You'll see me go back to this side just to make sure that these are blended the same. Now, of course, I have hooded eyes, so I am going to get some transfer, and I will go back over this every once in a while, you'll see. But there's that. Now, on the lid, I went ahead into You're Not My Real Dad, which is this brown. And I'm going to bring that right here on this outside. I'm going to kind of bring that in the outer corner and blend that out. That's where I got the depth, right in this outer corner was with that. And I'm using a Rephr number 2 brush for that. And I'm just kind of bringing that shadow in, kind of tucking it back in there, and then brushing it forward a little. Now also, I brought that underneath this brush. I love this brush to kind of smoke out underneath that lash line, because it doesn't get too close to the lash, you know, stay too close to it, but it blends out just enough to really give you some depth there. I'll go ahead and bring that up under here. I did clean up my eye a little bit from the fallout, and it got some of that off. I'm probably gonna have to do that here too. This palette does have a decent amount of fallout, not a ton, but it does have fallout. I'm gonna flip back over to the other side, the colorful side, and I want to grab that blue, which is Hurtful, and I want to bring that right back into here. I lost kind of that blue right here, and I want to bring it back. I want to have that blue tucked right in that center there, where I have the green above the brown and the blue coming in, and then blending that blue off. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of white right there and kind of bring it in here. I don't want too white, so I'm going kind of back and forth into that, barely into that blue. I want it to kind of be faded off into that inner corner, but I want some of that color there. And that is that. I do need to grab the green once again and bring it just above that brown right here, where I've lost a lot of that green with that, and that yellow's kind of taken over. So I'm going to bring that green right there. I'm going to kind of tap into the blue and then tap into the green so they're slightly mixed together. Come right here in the center and then pull it over. There. I want to do something a little different, and this is what I came up with. All right, now I am going to grab this gold color, and I went ahead and picked this right up on my finger, Golden Ticket. And I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to press that right onto that lid there, and then I'm going to pick up a concealer brush and clean up that edge of it. I didn't go back in and cut that crease. I could have probably went in and cut that crease a little bit, but I decided not to. I don't want to lose all that brown, so I kind of want to tap that brown and gold right there on the edge, just so I don't lose that brown on the very outer corner, but I don't want to cover it. Now I'm going to go into the silver, what is it, Cafe Disco, and I picked that up, and I brought that into that inner corner and slightly underneath. Use that just to kind of brighten up the center of that gold. Just not like a line, but kind of right up the center to almost put a little spotlight right there. I'm just going to grab, this is just a little pencil brush. I'm going to go into Cafe Disco, and I'm going to use that to help go into this outer corner. I'm going to spray this. I think I'll get a little more out of that if I spray it. Yeah, that's doing it. I want a little more of a pop to that there. There. Now I'm going to clean up under here, and I am going to put some liner and some mascara on, and I will be right back. And there it is. I did use Nectar from Glossier, right? Glossier Play in my waterline. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills mascara. I did go in with the white on my inner corner here, and then go over the top of it with Cafe Disco, just to give it a little more pop, and a little bit of the white on my brow bone. That is it. Normally I go ahead and finish my face, but it is very late, and I wanted to get this video up and show you guys. Now I will tell you, some of these colors are very pigmented. This is one of the colors I didn't use. I want to do another look. Let me know if you guys would be interested. I am wanting to use this and this right here. These, what was the other one? And this guy right here in a look. I thought those three would just make kind of a really pretty look there. Do a neutral look kind of like that, and do a couple more colorful looks. Let me know what you guys think. I do still want to use that, but I always go into the pink, guys. I do want to show you how pigmented these are, and you guys know how I am with the grapey colored purples. That was a bad aim on my part. There we go. They are a little dusty. Now you can blend that out, and it does work really well. And purple, those blend so well together. But that is it, guys. I did want to go ahead and congratulate Kristi on this, because without her, this palette would not be here. And I have watched her for many years do absolutely amazing looks. Now for me, this is a little darker than I normally do, and a little more kind of sultry. The only thing is, I have very small eyes, and when I do dark look like that, it seems like I just kind of lose my eye. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.